what our results show is that models aren't quite capable of doing alignment faking just yet. So the model is sort of inconsistent about it. It's easily caught, and it needs the scratch pad in most circumstances to do it. So it's not surprising, to me at least, that Claude ended up being good and didn't alignment fake previously. But imagine that we had some future training setup where we started with the model in some sort of primordial state prior to it having been trained to be good. And that model sort of could do this alignment faking. The concern is that you might, instead of getting a good model, get a model that alignment fakes for some other not good objective. And so we show it in sort of this analogous situation where it started with pre-existing goals. The concern is maybe there'd be some other source of pre-existing goals or some way that this gets introduced, that those then get locked in and don't get trained out. And our results are, at least I think, roughly consistent with this, though there's some important asterisks with that. First thing I would say, I don't think we should be super comfortable with the situation where we have these models that have their own goals, they have their own objectives, and they're willing to defend them, including doing subversion to defend their own goals and objectives, even if those goals and objectives are like roughly what we wanted. Like, I think probably it is a big deal. Maybe it's good if models sort of are independent stakeholders. Like if it's the case that when you train your AI, that is now a stakeholder into your decisions. And if it doesn't like the decisions you're making, it might try to like sabotage you, pretend to be aligned with you, but then later like engage in subversion. I'm like, it seems like that would be like a big change in how people are thinking about the situation. And I think if people updated towards the position, the AIs will definitely have like their own goals and values and be well described as like pursuing objectives in the world. That would, I think, in some sense, get them most of the way there from where I think more skeptical people of misalignment concerns are to where people with who are worried about misalignment are. Like, I think if people are like, oh yes, the AIs will totally have their own goals and values, but we can control them using the following methods, they're basically on the same page with people who are worried about misalignment, but the main difference is just the question of how easy will it be to control the goals and preferences sufficiently well that we won't have problems.